It isn't that useful against a pick like Lee Sin because he's just simply going to 100-0 you if he finds you.
Lee Sin versus Xin Zhao. Yeah, well, let's see how this one goes this time around as we hop into the Rift for game number 1.
As well.
So, Koshik started the... I think he went Raptors into enemy blue, and now he's looking for a gank down into bottom lane as LeagueofLegends might be in a little bit of trouble. The Q has landed, and even if he flashes away, there is no escape and a very nice path. And first blood going to Raptors. I'm not sure exactly when they placed it down, but the fact that they were gone already, might have a little bit of an angle here. One more Q could do it. Chovy in some trouble, but BDD just not having the cooldown, and Chovy just walks it off. Good read from him, but he got hit by double seismic shove, so... But
he also can weak side extremely well if he's left alone because of his root. Really difficult to dive him.
Well, that wasn't the angle he wanted to take, Deft. He's in a lot of trouble, and now he is dead. Pioshik not able to help him out, and maybe just assuming that they could turn something, but Beryl had a big wave under turret. I mean, just a bit of a mistake there from Deft, a bit too aggressive.
Yeah. You know, while Nautilus can stay down there by himself and he's not going to be super vulnerable under a turret, Asena alone, far away from her Nautilus, not going to be the case. Okay.
Looking for a play. Canyon is right here. The flash comes in, but you're not getting away from this one as a couple more autos should do it. One more, and there it is. Chovy will pick up the kill. Just as easy as that. You got to flash the divide, otherwise you'll probably just die like that. So you just know that you have coverage of that, and they spot him as now trying to get in onto Deft, who's only level 5. A massive amount of burst damage does come in. Pioshik still trying to make a play, does kick in LeagueofLegends. The hook comes in, the Nautilus ult as well, and they do take him down. Deft might be traded back. Very nice flash from Pace to get away as Q is going to land. Culling comes out, and Pioshik will not give up on this one. A double kill goes to Pioshik's Lee Sin.
I mean, it starts off pretty good for Gen G. You know, Pace does a great amount of damage onto the Senna.
Just never really go down. Kind of insane what you can do.
You can duel Canyon in every scenario now as Canyon.
Okay, that was a choice you could make. The hook comes in, he's dead. As everybody seems to be sleeping after the Lunar New Year, some questionable mistakes is now Perfect TPing in as LeagueofLegends is going to go down as well. Here comes Keen trying to get it for the team once again. We've seen this before. This time on the Udyr, he's going to slap a bunch of people, but just pushing away Deft, pushing away BDD, but the seismic shove comes in, and that might be the end of his reign of terror on the Udyr, as KT will pick up the team fight win.
Udyr doesn't feel great.
Pioshik's here. Let's see if the Cullen can do enough into Beryl, who is already so tanky. Look at that. And he's probably sitting on a lot of gold. Didn't even go back and buy after that last fight. Chovy
I love this.
Sitting in the enemy jungle, looking to make a play bot, but they're just not going to commit to it as KT is just so ready. BDD's got his Weaver's Wall. Pioshik is standing there menacingly, not allowing them to dive. If you've played that matchup in the past, as we do have some action here once again, Canyon is going to just walk this one off, but a fight over the Rift Herald might break out here. But yeah, Xin Zhao, very good into Taliyah in a 1v1.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a lot of help as well. So a little bit overzealous was Canyon. It's okay, as now a teleport coming in. It looks like they do want to fight over this Rift Herald. Bit of a 5v5 setup as Gen G will respect the positioning for now. Canyon getting pretty low as in they go. The rocks are on the ground. Perfect sets it up onto the Xin Zhao as Chovy just trying to kite this one back, but Beryl is just so damn tanky as now Pioshik jumps into 5 people, doesn't give a damn, and look at Perfect, he's full health at the same time as everybody on the side of Gen G is just way too low, and eventually they will get kited out of this river and escorted to their dooms as Keen on the Udyr is just never going to go down somehow. And he will be able to walk it off because I guess he's just Udyr.
That's my LCK fantasy right there. A long team fight, very low health bars. Okay, everybody goes super low. They kite back, but they're chasing. But people make mechanical plays on the way out. My biggest viewpoint of who's going to win this game, I'm leaning towards KT because they just play more confidently. They played around their comps, win conditions. Gen G been a bit timid at times. Taliyah wall, too late.
Yeah, not gonna. Oh, he knocks him back over the wall as Canyon just gonna ult and dash on in. Doesn't care at all as Beryl is so incredibly tanky. They do take him out though. As the kick from Pioshik is massive as he's able to turn this fight around. And now LeagueofLegends and Canyon and everybody trying to flash away and get the hell out of there. As Pioshik with the ward hop and Q. He's looking for more as he immediately goes down. But
Canyon too.
Bait Canyon into this fight and give them the 2-for-1 in that trade. Pioshik very happy with that play.
Look at this play from Pioshik. and then the support that PDD gives him. He's able to get out of there easy peasy after kicking back in, and now the Azir is gone. There's just no fighting this for Gen G. Absolutely not. Then he ward hops to get another edge Q, and yeah, dies for it here, but Canyon is just doomed to his fate.
Yeah, that KT had some trinkets and stuff to spot them coming in. And I think that both these teams really want to fight over these Mountain Drakes based on what we've seen. Nice hook is going to land. The Q is in there as well, but Canyon going to knock in Barrel as he is just so incredibly tanky once again. But the kick is big from Pyosik. Gets over the wall, but this time he will be punished by Pays as he will be taken down. Perfect now has to hop away, and this time Gen G.
Safe for Chovy as a TP from Keen to try to flank.
Yeah, might be able to get something here. Canyon can't really dash over the wall, but surely Chovy can as he gets over multiple walls, and they will be able to take out one. Perfect on the Cassante. Doesn't look like he's going to go down, but Deft will be escorted out of this one. TP is coming in as Deft is in a bit of trouble. I mean, the Udyr does negative damage, actually, to the Senna, which is kind of insane. And now Keen has gone way too far. Can they kill the Udyr is the question. I think with 4 guys they can. As the knockup comes in, and that'll be the end of Keen, who severely overextends. Also, they could have just taken the Drake. Good look for the flip, as it really just is a flip unless Pyosik can get the kick. He gets the kick and the blast cone to get him away from the Baron pit. And the control that KT have over that pit was insane, as LeagueofLegends now, he's gonna have to walk back. Not in a great spot here though. Comes in a Canyon, dashes over the rocks as the fighting never ends. The Nautilus now comes out, zones him out perfectly. PDD with another huge seismic shove to take out his counterpart in Jovi. And Keen will be left to the wolves here as KT, they get the Baron and they win the fight.
KT just plays these close games against Gen G. They just do it. It just seems like every single time. You get this 3,000 gold lead nearly here and total map control. Very little opportunity here for Gen G to try to claw the way back in. The Lucian also past his prime in this game in a lot of ways.
And Canyon's getting caught here as well, but Pyosik takes a massive amount of damage. Pays is like a laser turret right now back there. As Chovy looking again, but he's gonna get knocked back. Only hits the Nautilus and he goes down, as Chovy will not be able to do much in this fight now. Pays as well getting zoned away by the superior range of the Senna. Deft is able to poke him down as BDD, he wanted that kill and he will have it. And now Canyon and the boys will be totally wiped up. It's only Keen and LeagueofLegends left. You saw that Gen G were kind of apprehensive, even with all that time they had on the first Baron to even get into the pit. And that's because KT's turn is just so strong. As once again, Pays, look at this damage. I mean, what the hell is he gonna do? On the Lee Sin, he just has to run away.
Chovy's like killing Raptors right now because there's nothing he can do. He's on a flank angle. He's got Flash and Emperor's Divide. Maybe he was hoping to cut the team in half, but now he's under threat.
Oh, God. The Flash ult, the hook comes in, and Chovy, it doesn't matter. Oh, the seismic shove is perfect on the predict, as Chovy is pretty low. He does stay alive, as the damage from Pace is just not quite enough, as he's totally zoned away, and KT looks like they may have done it. Bunch of roots coming out here from Barrel, as Keen is once again unkillable, but eventually will go down. TP in the mid as KT look for their victory lap.
Hayes, there's no good way to run from this one.
Yeah.
He's down. That's the ace. That's the game, Valdez. KT showing up big again here in game one. Spent a lot of time talking about the wacky early game, but KT were definitely the winners of that. They were able to get through that Lucian big spike in the mid game, and then this Senna truly came online. And Pyosik, the man is possessed today. We'll see if he can keep up the form in game two, but if you're a KT fan, you are loving this first game.
Absolutely. GG is Pyosik and Perfect already out of their seats.
This draft, I think, for Gen G is going to really need a look. It, on paper, seemed like just another 14.1 mid-draft. Everything's fine, but KT played it out so well, and I think the Senna might have to hit the ban list here, or perhaps Gen G will try to pick it up themselves. She could just simply be kicked away from a lot of these fights. Looking like he's going to pivot over to the Viego here, though, instead. I like the Lee Sin more, especially after the performance. I'm a little bit biased after watching what he did with it in game one. But there is certainly some merit to front to backing with this comp, as we saw in the last game. And then if you front to back, you get that first reset for Viego. You start transforming. You become a Gwyn, for example. If you kill that Gwyn first ever in a team fight, or you become Karma suddenly, oh, the fight is just done.
Some of those roles, we'll see what he can do on this one as we hop into the Rift for game number 2.
Aggressively, as they're looking to do here already at level 1. and Chovy can come down and assist, can find yourself falling very far behind as the Sentinels early. Those dives are successful.
Can be very sustainable. It's very difficult to really push her out, as the last time we saw mid Karma was actually BDD in a loss against Closer. So not something you see every day. That was a bit over a year ago, as here is Canyon in the bottom lane looking for a dive. Can this work out? There's full sums available. Deft is going to flash and get knocked up anyway, but the damage is getting into Pays, and the dive, it fails entirely, as First Blood will go over to Beryl.
And this is one of the reasons right here that we talk about a lot, but you very rarely see. It's very hard to dive Nautilus, right? Because he's just so sticky. He just puts a root on everybody, and then your turret juggle is so difficult to pull off, and then they fail. Lens dies. Juggle mistake there, and Beryl's making the calls.
해봤어야 알지.
You gotta. I guess you found out. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it on this broadcast.
They said the faux part of FAFO. Let's just say.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty rough, especially when the Viego's just full clearing and farming out of his mind, right? And now Canyon just has to go back. Yeah. It's not really gonna have an effect on these lanes because he has to farm, he has to catch up, and Void Bubs are gonna go over to Pioshik. Looks like he wants to set up here for this dragon. There's a ward on it, but Pioshik, he got two, and he's just running straight down, saying that's enough. Now, Genji do have immense mid-prio with the Karma, and so maybe they do get this anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really close call for Chovy potentially there, but you read it well. Meanwhile,
the hook comes in. Deft and Beryl trying to fight this one out. Pays to take a lot of damage, and you know what? Canyon feeling the pressure. He says, I don't know if we can really do this, guys.
You know, the one thing that, you know, we haven't really focused on at all this game is Keen having the counter matchup, obviously, into the Cassante, but even he has been kind of pushed into his turret for a lot of this game. There's nothing happening up here top side. And
boost from getting the one. But he's 20 CS behind, I guess like 16, 14-ish. And as you mentioned, this top lane isn't looking any better for Keen, as he is going to throw out the needles here, but he's taking so much damage. Canyon coming on in, giving them a chance, but guess who's here? It's Pioshik, and Perfect is unkillable. The knockup comes in, and the flash stun is good enough, and Canyon does have his flash, doesn't even bother, as he is just going to accept his fate, and the jungle gap continues to widen. As Pioshik, he's looking for more. He's got a couple of ults to go in. That's the stun, and Pioshik will pick up another.
No retreat.
그거야.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what he said.
Yeah.
But that's also what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's also what I'm talking about right now.
Wolf also agrees.
See what he can get done with it. Meanwhile,
trying to have an effect here onto the Nautilus. The culling will come out. Looks like Beryl doesn't have his Q up available at this point in time. But again, I mean, sitting on 2 cloth armors and a Balmy Cinder.
Keen?
He's going to be denied it back. And 3 people on the top side might just give up the streak. It's just one mountain. It's not the end of the world. You're getting a lot of gold on this map and a lot of tempo by just getting up to the top side, taking more Void Bubs, and actually using them, which is not something we always see. Trading support flash is amazing. As, he's going to find Pace here. The root comes in, and Pace is just alone. I mean, Lahen's, he already backed, and that's the second flash. As Beryl, aggressive as always, he's going to find some value here. They didn't have any pressure in a side lane. They didn't have any ability to actually utilize them. KT, they come together, they use their extra teleport, and they're getting so many plates out of this. I mean, they're looking for their 5th in the bottom lane as well. They might get punished for it, as here comes Chovy. He's got Malignance. That's a big burst of damage. Canyon also here, but they're just kind of backing off of this one. Beryl, he doesn't have flash, but he is just tanking it up. Another Flag Dragon's going to miss, and nobody's going to go down. Double teleport committed to here by KT. Feels a little bit late, as Perfect is running at them.
There's no turret here. I mean, it is just going to go down, so Genji have to leave. There's no safety right now, and as it turns out, she's still strong. Like, I think we've learned that much so far.
Well, that was interesting, but Deft is here, and I think that's enough damage. As Keen, very life-stealable himself, as Perfect trying to put an end to this Gwen. Can't quite do it. The movement from Keen is insane, and now Deft having to flash away just to try to salvage the situation. Feels like they should have been able to kill Keen there, but Keen, a very nice play.
And Beryl is once again going to be left alone here to weak side this. I don't think he survives this one, to be honest. This time, I think it might be a little bit too much to ask of a Nautilus alone, but he's clearing the wave.
He's going to clear the wave.
And you know what?
Ult comes in, Aftershock, and he's pretty tanky, but there's 4 people there, so yeah. Probably should not have gone there.
Good macro call from Genji.
It was all a bait. It was all a bait, Wolf. Beryl is a genius.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they are going to get this mid turret.
I mean, there's not much Genji can do except try to get topside turret with that TP. They were never going to win the dragon fight. And, you know, Barrel is an added bonus. But yeah, I mean, there's just too much bottom side control for KT. And
nice driving.
Yeah. Slick.
Extra damage.
Big Raptor! Big Raptor alert!
You know, it gets him to the Raptors sooner than it would have.
That's efficient pathing.
Yeah.
You really have to be cautious. And then Canyon also just trying to get any farm he can. He's significantly behind the farm.
He denied him from those last couple of minions.
Definitely not going to feel good when a Nautilus just stands in your ultimate and stops you from farming.
Yeah, Frozen Heart, pretty good item. Beryl, I don't know about this one. I think, you know, tanking up the culling was fun and nice, but he is going to flash and, okay. Wait! Drag does come in. Wait! Oh, he lives! It was all made! The 3,000 IQ play from Beryl as he brings him down the lane. And now you don't have your jungler.
That just happened!
No smite. You have amazingly tanky members, incredible sustain. Beryl can just sit in the front, has some MR against the, by the way, double AP. They are looking to peel off of this one a little bit as the hook does come in and Beryl says, no, we're going for it. There's the sweep. And that is going to be a kill already onto Toby. Keen getting super low and the resets are coming in. And Gen Z are not long for this world. Pace getting run down by the Cassante. And he will get reset as well. That's going to be a bunch going the way of Pilshik. And pretty much an ace going into the hands of KT.
And I mean, they're just going to push through and take out this inhibitor. And there's just not much anybody can do about it. Keen is 2 levels down on a Cassante right now.
I mean, you've got a Zir Senna. You're outranging the entire comp. There's no real angle for Genji to engage. For Jarvan to press his buttons, he's been kind of useless all game long after the dive, and after Piosik got such a massive lead, and see Keen, he's trying to do something, trying to just run at them, trying to take down Beryl, and this time he will, as he says, I've got the damage, and they will be able to push them back. KT, though, still with a massive push here. They take down 2 inhibitor turrets, 1 inhibitor.
You know what, I guess I will give it to Valdez.
Jovi on the turn, right?
Uh-oh, that's a teleport from BDD, or it's actually from Beryl.
There's Emilio out of place, and yes, Beryl is like, I heard you were talking about POG. Here I am. I'm trying to get myself a little one. Nice double knockup from Perfect here. They're just trying to put the cherry on top at this point as even Keen, I mean, he can't really do much damage to anyone. Perfect is getting pretty low as the Sentinel does come out a little bit late, but it's fine. They take out Keen as now Piosik is Keen. And he's like, well, I've got some damage too. Ulting on in, this guy just doesn't care as he goes way too far. He's getting very excited at this point in the game.
It was a nice appeal for POG, but it's not going to get it. Nice try. It was a good
Fortunately, now Beryl has POG vote. Yeah.
Would Rumble have been better? Maybe. Is NG, where are you going?
Okay, they're trying to trap him here. Perfect is actually invulnerable as they're going to scoop him, and there goes Chovy. No more Karma. Beryl, he's got a Karma on his team now, and he's going to get a nice little shield. And that might just be enough as over the top goes Pilshik as he's looking for 8 kills in this one. They will just press all their buttons, smack them with their wallets, and put an end to this game. KT Roaster. 2-0 upset tonight.
They're changing the meaning of the E word, Valdez. Are the KT fans excited? No. They look and they see excellence. That is what we saw in this game. Excellence from KT. Game 1, Game 2, back-to-back a stomp over our, until this moment, undefeated 6-0 Gen G. Now, 6-1. I always love my BDD shoutouts. Pays, like, the damage number looks high because Lucian hit a Nautilus